Good morning, folks. It's the DJ playing a little bit of our Army medley here. There you go. There you go. The medley be a playing. Got their Army flag back up in the background there. There you go. Good show for you today. I'm going to talk a little bit about finances and what you should be doing now that the election is over. Yep, it's all about this. And saving some of this. And how do you do that? Get your finances in order. Yep, gonna talk about the greenback. And maybe we'll touch on this too. This has gone down a couple of bucks the last couple of days with the selection over. Yep. There you go. I don't know if that's the Army medley or whose it is. We got a big medley here. There's Anchors Away. That's Navy. Navy's doing well this year too. Gotta love our armed forces. Cheers for the armed forces. Where would we be without them? They give us our freedom. There you go. Anchors Away. Let's bring the music down and get started. Let's get started. There you go. So there you go. The election's over now, right? The election's over. It's Thursday, October 7th. November 7th. I'm in a different month. It's November 7th. I am DJ Wonder Chrissy, and I'm going to talk a little bit about finances today. We're going to get away from the politics a little bit and talk about where you need to be headed. Yes, where you need to be headed now that the election is over. I don't know if it's news to you guys, but the savings rate in the United States is at an all-time low. Like 1%. People are saving 1% of their money now. That's $1 for every 100 people are saving. It used to be 4 or 5%. It's down to 1%. That's not good. As the cost of goods and everything goes up, it becomes harder and harder to save. And a lot of people, the worst yet though, not being able to save is one thing, but falling into debt, especially credit card debt's probably the worst thing you can do. So I'm here to tell you that first thing you need to do now that the election is over is make sure you're saving some money. And if you're not saving money on a regular basis, I'm telling you, like a normal anywhere from 5 to 15% of your wages should be going to savings. That's the bad news. If you want to get rich, you want to be able to retire at a decent age, you need to be on the higher end of that. You need to be on the 15% range for saving, okay? If you're not, you're never going to get there. Especially with the way inflation is. Did you see what happened yesterday? The stock market went up 1,500 points, which is awesome. But if you don't have any money in the market, you just missed out. So first thing you need to do is get out of debt. If you got credit card debt, you got car loan debt, you got any type of consumer debt, you need to get out of that. There's a lot of people that sell ways to do that, but the best ways to do it is categorize that debt from the smallest to the largest and just start whacking away at it. Be disciplined. That's it. It's all it takes is discipline, my friends. cut back on what you're spending so you can take care of some of that debt. That's the first place to start. Get rid of all your memberships. Um, just start hacking away at consumer debt and unnecessary spending. Starbucks. Yeah, that $7, $8 Starbucks latte every day or every other day adds up over time, right? If you have like a $7 latte 3 times a week, that's 4 times 3, that's 12. That's like $100. That's like $100 by the time you talk tip and everything else. So there you go. $100 a month you can save just by maybe going to your local gas station. Some of these mini marts have awesome coffee setups with hot chocolate and cappuccino options. You can mix your own and it save you a hell of a lot. I mean, you can get out of a gas station coffee shop for like 250 for a huge, big big cup like that, and you don't even have to tip. Don't even have to tip. Think about that. Think about that. Even McDonald's, you can go through the drive-through McDonald's for a cup of coffee for $2. So you just save $5. Just save $5 by going through McDonald's. So there's just some simple suggestions on cutting back. The other thing too you might want to do is if you are going to spend money, make sure you're spending it wisely. Now that we're coming close to winter, a lot of people don't take time and take care of their car. Make sure your battery's not getting old. If your battery's 5 or 6 years old, you need to think about replacing that. Because what's going to happen now, especially in the northern climates like Illinois, where I'm at. Yes, I am DJ Wonder Chrissy. This be Land Cruiser Midwest, and we're podcasting from Chicago, my friends, the northern suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. And yeah, in the winter, batteries go dead around here. We get those cold months, which are getting ready to start here. If your battery's 5 or 6 years old, it needs to be replaced. And if you don't, what's going to happen? You're going to be stuck somewhere. It's going to be freezing cold. You're going to be calling AAA. AAA costs $200 just to come out and give you a jump. That's not even replacing a battery. The cost of batteries are outrageous the last 3 or 4 years. I know I replaced a battery maybe 4 years ago, and the cost of it had doubled. Yeah, from 4 years prior, it had doubled. I just helped a family member replace a battery on a Honda CRV. The battery we got him a gold battery, quality gold battery at AutoZone, $250. You could spend. They had options all the way up to $500 for a battery for a Honda CRV. Crazy, crazy. But go out. I mean, if you're going to spend money, spend it wisely, right? Spend it on getting your car ready for winter so it doesn't break down and cost you more money, right? Because the scenario where you haven't taken care of your car for winter and your battery goes bump in the night could cost you $200 service call for AAA. And just imagine what they're going to charge you. They're going to probably charge you $500 for a new battery, and you're going to get a piece of crap battery. You're not going to get a very good battery for $500. Where if you took care of it ahead of time at your dealer or some local shop, or do it yourself. I mean, we swapped out a battery in the Honda CRV. It was pretty easy to do. And like I said, it only cost us $250. At the very least, make sure you have a pair of jumper cables in your car, because my relative didn't even have jumper cables. He was caught away from his home, battery dead, no jumper cables, and kind of in a bind. So go out and buy yourself some jumper cables at Walmart or Amazon. And if you're going to buy some jumper cables, the quality thing to do is make sure you get the long ones, like a 20-foot long, at least 16, 18 feet long. The longer they are, the better, because the way they do these batteries these days, sometimes they're on opposite sides. Sometimes you don't have easy access to the car when it's disabled. So I would spend the extra money to get some longer jumper cables. Okay. The other thing to do too is check all your fluids on your car. My family member that had this problem, I checked his fluids, and he takes his car in on a regular basis to the dealer. His brake fluid was low. His brake fluid was low. So we spent another $3-4 on some brake fluid, and got him up to where he needed to be. So don't assume these mechanics you take your car to are taking care of your car like they should. They say they do, but very few of them are going to check your brake fluid and stuff like that. They're going to change your oil and go on their normal average daily way, right? They're going to do as little as possible. And if you're assuming that they are, you're a fool. You're a fool. So like, share, subscribe, my friends. If you like the content that we're doing here, check out our channel. We got a little bit of everything. We talk about the economy. We talk about finance. We talk about precious metals. You get precious metals. Once you get rid of that debt, you need to start, if you really want to be doing what you should be doing, you should want to be stacking some of this stuff. More so the last administration, you really needed to get some of this, but you still need to be stacking this. It's down right now, so with the election going on, things are a little rosier now in the market, in the stock market and the metals market. So prices are down, but give it some time. Give it some time. All we need is some uncertainty, and you'll see the price of metals go up. About a week ago, gold was Matthew Wright. Good morning. I'm great. I have to do an early podcast today because I need to get to a dental appointment, my friend, by 10 o'clock this morning. Praise the Lord for everything you got. Praise the Lord for things you do have, good and bad. Sometimes bad things. Sometimes you learn a lot from the bad things in your life, more so than the good stuff. So pray to the big guy above, if you would. Make sure you do that every day. He answered our prayers with Donald Trump. He did. He answered our prayers with Mr. T. He did. We are blessed, my friend. We are certainly blessed. Where's a good place to buy gold? Your local jewelry store would be a great place. Stay off of eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Stay off of those places. I've been buying mine for the last couple of years at SD Bullion. They're on the internet. They're a pretty good company. There's 5 or 6 online retailers you might want to check out. There's JM Bullion. There's SD Bullion. There's Comex. Those are the major ones. Make sure whoever you're buying it from, there's a spot price. Because if you're buying it on the internet and there's no spot price, that's a big indication that you're dealing with somebody that's not legit. Okay? You definitely want to buy from somebody that's legit. But if you want to buy locally, a lot of middle-sized jewelry stores are buying and selling this. Maybe a pawn store, but you got to be careful there. You make sure you know what you're doing, because they could be selling you garbage too. There's a lot of yeah. It's some major stuff, man. I just picked up a bunch of prescriptions. I'm having an implant done, so I'm missing a tooth. I have a tooth pulled about June of this year, so now I'm starting the process to get an implant put in today. So they'll be putting the titanium screw in today. Yeah, talk about precious metals. Yeah, they're gonna be putting a titanium screw in my gums today for an implant, so it should be okay. It should be okay. Just need to get up and going today and make it there. It's gonna be like a 2 hour procedure by the time I get there, so it's gonna consume a good amount of my day, and I'm probably gonna be in some pain when it's over based on the prescriptions they gave me. So, going to be in a little pain, my friend. So, so start saving, guys. Start saving. That's the first step. I keep telling people, just because Mr. T made it into the White House is not going to make you rich. Okay, you got to do it for yourself. You have to earn it, right? He's gonna put the blocks in place so you can get rich, but you're the person that's going to make it so you do get rich. Does that make sense? Just don't expect to get rich because Mr. T's in office. You need to go the extra step and start saving, start getting rid of all your foolish spending, and start making some great decisions. That's what it's about. Saving money and becoming rich is about making right decisions, getting rid of foolish bills and charges and debt, and being disciplined. It's not good enough just to save $100 once or twice a year. You got to consistently save money. Um, uh, T Bridge says I would look into if there isn't common allergic reaction to toxins that go into your body from yeah. Uh, yeah, using pearl for implant. Nah, yeah. They'll put it in. We'll see what happens. They screw it in, my friend. They screw it in. Uh, yeah, save the money because you're going to be giving it to billionaires. I don't know about that, JD Couch. I mean, there's a reason billionaires are billionaires, right? They made some right decisions. They're disciplined, right? As I said, you definitely need to be disciplined, and that means saving on a regular basis, on an ongoing basis over a long-term period. Um, so you need to jettison any debt you got, get rid of any credit card debt for sure, and any consumer debt that you have. If you have auto loans and home loans, that's okay. There's some people out there tell you to pay down your house. If you got loans that are like 5 or 6%, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. As long as you can financially handle it, that's okay. That's good. That's good. That's good debt to me. Um, I always tell people, like, when you're buying a car, have money to buy that car, but I always leave my money in the stock market. So I might have, say, I'm going to buy a $30,000 car. I might put $5,000 down on it, cash, but the other 25%, I might have that in the bank, might have that in the stock market. I'm going to take out a loan. I'm going to take out a 5 or 6% loan because I know I might be able to I can make at least 5 or 6% on that money in the stock market, or the bank, and I might even make 20%, 10 to 20% off that money, and I'll be ahead of the game. So that's being smart about it, but a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't think that way. There you go. So that's just one way that you can do things smartly. There's a lot of people I talk to say when they buy a car, they go to the car dealership and they either take out a 100% loan there, and or they're just giving the dealer all their money that they've saved for many many years. That puts you back to step zero. You may have 20 grand in the bank for a car. Now you've given it to a dealer unnecessarily, and you're back to square one or square zero. That's not good. That's not good. So that's just a simple tip that I people just really don't think about that. preserve it. Once you've got a nest egg, once you have a nice little nest egg, preserve it, protect it, and make sure it's earning for you. You need to manage your money, because if you don't manage your money's going to manage you. Does that make sense? A lot of people don't manage their money, and they say, "Well, I don't do this or that." Well, you know what? If you don't do this or that, your money's going to manage you, and that's not a good situation either. So you definitely want to be on top of things, especially when that nest egg starts growing. The more that nest egg gets grown, the more attention it needs. Because if you're not paying attention to that nest egg, some bad things can happen rather quickly. Especially if we are in a scenario where the stock market's crashing, or a certain asset class is having some problems and you're overfunded in that. Um, there you go. Uh, JD's couch. Get off the couch, JD. That'd be my first suggestion to you, JD. Get off the frickin' couch. Uh, uh, 20% guaranteed return. I said 10 to 20%, my friend. Check out the S&P 500 this year. It's done pretty well. It's done pretty well. How about gold and silver, JD? Do you know what gold and silver has done? I think silver is up 45% this year. Gold is up 40%. So just saying, you could make 40% if you were invested in gold. Yeah, thanks to Biden. Yeah. So 20% is not out of a range of possibilities. There's been many, many years in the last 35 years that I've made 20%. On certain asset classes. Now, it's not going to be total everything you got invested. Now, when you're investing, you should be investing across all asset classes. So that's going to pull your normal rate of return across everything down. But there may be asset classes where you get 20 to 30% bump in a given year, depending on what's going on. So it's not out of the possibilities, my friends. That's how you live in the base. I don't live in the basement, my friend. I have a house that's fully paid for. JD couch. I also do a thing called the Tony Soprano timeout. I'm just going to give JD a timeout. There you go, JD. We're going to give you a half-hour timeout today. There you go. You've been timed out, JD couch. Why don't you move that? Make sure you fumigate that couch, too, while you're at it, my friend. Like, share, subscribe if you like this content. We just put JD Couch on a timeout. The Tony Soprano timeout. There you go. You've been timed out, JDs. There you go, my friend. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Brian M says, people calmed down when Trump won. I'm not so sure about that. I think they're just... watch The View. Watch The View. I DVR'd that yesterday. I hear they were delusional. They're going through the steps of grief. A lot of these libs are going through the steps of grief at this point. So you may think that they're calmed down, but just give it some time. Just give it some time, my friend. When things start happening and my polio party lost fair and square. I don't know what that is, Jepper, but there you go. I guess you lose, you lose. So there you go. Yeah, when they start deporting people, you're gonna see some people upset. So there you go. Although I think that's gonna be a slow roll. He's gonna get rid of the known criminals first, and then roll into some more aggressive deportation, I would hope. But that's going to take some time. That will take some time. But when he starts messing around with some of these organizations in D.C., Washington D.C., the swamp starts making some changes there. You're gonna see some. You're gonna see some people lose their minds. You're gonna see some people losing their minds. So it's just a matter of fact. We're headed to uncharted waters. Yeah, the caravan's coming up. We'll see how that gets handled. I think he'll be talking to Joe Biden, and they'll be putting some pressure on Mexico pretty quick. Um, I don't think there needs to be some action taken on that pretty quick, because they're on their way up. They'll be hopping a train probably here pretty soon in a matter of a day or two. They'll be at the border and they'll be pushing them across. Um, yeah, the Democrats are gone. Yeah, the trolls have exhausted themselves winning. And they have exhausted themselves. I used to get a lot of trolls here. A lot of trolls. I noticed it yesterday that my viewership really went down. So thanks to the people that are showing up today. I enjoy you guys coming on and listening to us as we talk about. We try to go a little anti-political today. I don't know if Joe will attend. I don't think he attended last time, or Barack. I'm not sure Barack attended last time. I think they kind of gave him the thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We need Donnie to get into office and start getting things done, especially when it comes to the border. They need to start building that wall again. They need to apply some pressure to Mexico. They need to start applying some pressure to the cartels who are just making money on the border crossings. So you're going to see something happen in the next couple of weeks here. I think I heard that Joe Biden invited Donald to the White House. So I suspect, yeah, sounds like he's going to be. I'm sure they're going to be talking about the border when he goes to the White House, if not sooner, right? Maybe they'll be talking on the phone, and um, I think I heard today that Donald has already talked to 8 or 9 allies across the world: Saudi Arabia, India, I believe maybe Pakistan, several, maybe even Iran. He's talked to some major leaders of countries across the world already. So he's not waiting for January 20th or 23rd. I can't remember the exact date. He's moving now. He's moving now. So they're starting to assemble his list of cabinet members. I've seen that out there. There you go. Just woke up. Get ready for work. There you go. Thanks, Garrett. uh, today we're trying to go non-political. We're doing a little finance, talking about finance today, and seems like people are moderating themselves, my friend. Yeah, yeah. India and Saudi Arabia are in BRICS. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So that's that's uh, that's a slow rolling bus too that Donald needs to address. The weaker that the United States is, the worse it is, and the more that people are going to go to BRICS. So he needs to make the dollar a little stronger, which is an easy thing to say. I think I saw Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen are gone. They're gone. You don't hear anybody mention that, but I just saw today John Paulson, the hedge fund man, is slated to be head of the Treasury, or maybe the Fed, head of the Fed. I think he's uh, uh, John Paulson is slated to be the head of the Fed. So look for some upheaval in the finance world there. There you go. Benjamin says he was so happy that Trump got elected by the people of the United States. They're literally cry. Yeah, yeah. You're Canadian. I'm sorry, you're Canadian. A lot of the liberals are. We'll see if the liberals actually move to Canada, like they said. There's a lot of liberals, not as many as there used to be. First time around, a lot of the liberals, the celebrities, said they were going to move out of the country. Very few of them did. So, how are they meeting with Trump and they joined Putin? I'm not sure what that's about, Brian. Not sure what that's about. I heard that Donald talked to Zelensky already today or yesterday. So you'll be seeing the wars across the world come to an ever increasing halt. And Donald and the Prime Minister of Israel, Benny Netanyahu, are close friends. So you'll see that come to a resolution there. I think you're going to see give and take on both sides. I think you'll see the Donbass or whatever the hell, the far western or eastern region of Ukraine, where they've been fighting over it for 10, 15 years. They'll divide it up. They'll divide it up and give some of it to Russia if that's in the cards. So I'm not really up on the Ukraine war, but I know that when you turn off the spigot of money to Ukraine, there's not a lot of options left for them. So yeah, I think Putin will, if you give him something, right, save a little bit of face, everyone wins. They'll try to resolve a win-win type of scenario, and both sides will be happy or get something out of it. Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't think they're officially NATO right now, my friend. I don't think they're officially NATO. They want to be. They want to apply. They may have applied to NATO. Don't think they've been officially entered into it. So maybe that's part of the resolution too. That if Zelensky gives up some of his land, they'll put him into NATO. You know, that's probably a compromise that they'll make. So all I got to say is the flow of money, that $1 billion flow, $8 billion, I do believe. So recently, I don't know how much we've spent a crap load ton of money on Ukraine. That's going to be that spigot's going to be shut off like you haven't seen before. So yeah, that war will come to an end. Let's hope that China doesn't take action on Taiwan, or I heard they got their eyes on the Philippine Islands now too. So Trump's going to be strong. He's going to project a stance of strength, which we need, which will keep a lot of people in line. And speaking of the Middle East, like the Houthis, right? How about the Hamas and the Houthis sending rockets at our boats in the oceans over there? Donald ain't gonna put up with that. Donald ain't gonna. That'll take until he takes over in office. But you're gonna see some big SWAT backs in the Middle East. Anyone sending missiles at United States assets. We talk about the Army here and the Navy. Anyone messing around with the U.S. military when Donald's in office is going to get a huge SWAT back, my friends. Huge SWAT back. So, yeah, each of those missiles they use cost $1 million. Yeah, we've spent millions of dollars on missiles. You have no idea. But what really pisses me off is those guys that are sitting in Syria. We've got camps in Syria that have been targeted by missiles from Iran, and we just took it. We just allowed them to throw missiles into our camps in Syria with no repercussions. That's going to stop. Once Donald takes office, you're not going to see Iran sending missiles to any of our ships or camps in places like Syria. So there you go. Just that's my opinion, what you're going to be seeing. So there's going to be a huge change afoot, my friends. Huge shift. And it's probably better. The world will be a hell of a lot better place because of it. I'm here to tell you. War is not good, no matter where it's at. It's not a good thing, and he's going to do everything in his power to squash any wars. So there you go. There you go. And guess what? When he was in office, there was no war. The United States was not in any wars when he was in office. The only one they were in was Afghanistan. He was getting out of that. That was like a 15, 20-year war. He was winding that down. So what about Ukraine? Ukraine's going to be resolved. Russia's not going to be invading Europe. You're gonna see Odd Sodberg. You're gonna see Donald Trump talking some reality to both Zelensky and Putin. He's gonna give them the lowdown and tell them to knock it off. And well, Europe needs to contribute. Yeah, well, that's what NATO is, my friend. Europe contributes to NATO. NATO will probably be the force that keeps peace once they get peace in that region. But yeah, the rebuilding. Somebody's going to have to finance the rebuilding of Ukraine, and a lot to be done there. A lot to be done there. First step is to stop the bombing, stop the wars, and Donald's the guy to do it. Donald is the guy to do it. How long has Ukraine been going on? Like 3.5 years? Yeah, Ukraine's been going on 3.5 years, and it shows no sign of being done. We just be throwing money into it's like a boat. Ukraine is like a boat. You just throwing into the water and you never see it again. There you go. Alan J says, I'm ready for my stocks to skyrocket and my checks to go parabolic with no taxes. Okay. Yeah, we're coming back. It's looking like there's sunshine at the end of the tunnel, Alan J. Yeah, funny how that happens, right? Funny how that happens. You get a little common sense in reality shined on the situation, and things look a little bit better. Yeah, boats are like a pit. Boats are like a pit. You just keep throwing money into it. Ukraine's been going on for a while, but we haven't been financing it directly like we are, except for the last 3.5 years. Hustle Gamble. Hi, Hustle. How you doing, buddy? No timeout today. People were asking about the liberal tears. We got a whole bottle of liberal tears here. Notice how the bottle of liberal tears is got one of the colors of the rainbow on it there. This is what liberal tears looks like, my friends. It's pretty good. Pretty good to drink. Pretty good to drink. We'll be drinking a lot of liberal tears coming up on this show. Yep. I can guarantee you there are going to be a lot of libs crying, if not already. So, yeah, let's work together. I heard Joe Biden say that like about 4 years ago. Let's work together. Unity. Well, I'm more than happy to work with you, Odd Sodberg, but I'll decide what it is we'll be working on. You can help. That's how that will work. Hustle Gamble says he drank 2 gallons yesterday. So, there you go. Tears for sale. I think Walmart's selling them now. It looks kind of like this. Just find a bottle like this, and look for the colors of the world there. You're from Norway. You're from Norway, Odd. Yeah, you're within missiles reach of Putin, my friend. Lucky for you, you probably are in NATO. Are you in NATO? Is Norway in NATO? I'm not up on all my NATO countries. Uh, yeah, you're not worried. Okay. All right. All right. Be not worried. It's probably a hell of a lot better for you now that you got Joe coming out of the office. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Middle East is nothing but a powder keg at this point. Somebody needs to do something before it gets out of control. But anyway, as I sit here in the good old Midwest of the USA, Chicago, Illinois, nice and safely protected for now. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, well, you'll see Donald make sure everyone in NATO is paying their fair share, and if they're not, he'll be applying some pressure, my friends. Unlike Mr. Joe Biden and Barack Obama, he gonna be applying some big time pressure to everyone in the world to do the right thing, to exhibit some common sense, and to do what's right. That's the short of it, my friends. USA, yes. Alan J from Valparaiso. Well, welcome to you. You're halfway around the lake, my friend. Hope you're having some good weather. Sun's probably about ready to come up there. I need to end this show now, guys. Like, share, and subscribe if you would. I am DJ Wonder Chrissy, and he be the 47th president of the United States, and he's got a big dose of common sense that he's going to be delivering to the world. And stay tuned. Stay tuned here. We'll be telling you what's going on as he moves to make America great again, my friends. Yep. Mr. T and Elon Musk are going to make the world great again. I guarantee you guys, I guarantee. So we'll end the show right there. A little bell ringing, and have a great Thursday. And I'll be talking to you guys on the other side. And yeah, make America great again. God bless. God bless Donald Trump. God bless United States. Hey, as long as we're at it here, we got international crowd. God bless the world. There you go, my friends. Over and out. DJ Wonder Chrissy. See ya. Thanks, Garrett, for getting up. Have a great day of work, guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye.